Iron Man 2020 issue 5 sees Arno remember how he fought his way into the world, and despite his genetic defect, he was blessed with a brilliant mind. But because of that, he learned of the extinction event that was coming in 2020, and only he can stop it by combining humankind and machines. The one thing standing in his way was his adopted brother Tony Stark, whom Arno had to take everything from, even his very identity, and become the Iron Man of 2020 to deal with the looming threat. At Stark Unlimited, Arno shows Sunset his Iron Legion, who will keep things running while he is in orbit. Talking with the woman, he tells her not to let the government men know about his mission into space, since they might not approve of becoming mind slaves. Setting his device into his ship, Arno calls forth his parents, whom are so proud of their son. The ship blasts off as Sunset calls the Iron Man arrogant, but he is going to win now. On the 13th floor, Tony begins working on a new armor in the Infinite Forge, wondering if using the virtual forge will hurt Friday in any way, but she asks why it would, since she started life as an armor AI and this is just evolution for both of them. She leaves Tony to work, updating the other members of the team who are all confident that they can combine all of their respective missions to bring Tony back to life. The only thing holding them back is the biotubes, so they need to get access to the ones at Stark Unlimited. Friday says that luckily they have a man on the inside, as Sunset looks over the clones Arno made of her. She decides to adopt her Madam Menace persona again, blasting the clones and the biotubes as Dr. Shapiro escapes her grasp. Bane gives chase, finding the cat accessing the computers. She realizes that the cat was the mole the entire time, as suddenly the security systems are shut down and Rescue and the robot Resistance arrive, blasting through the Iron Legion as Andy meets with Dr. Shapiro, showing him the body of Mark I and giving the cat his vocal collar back, letting the cat finally talk and lead Andy to the remaining biopods. During the battle with the Iron Legion, Jocasta spots Sunset, battling her to become connected to her mind, using the block Andy developed on the Obedience OS to get into her mind, causing Jocasta to gain control over Sunset, getting her to tell the Iron Legion to stand down. Later on, with Mark I's body loaded into the last biopod, Andy replaces all the artificial cells in Tony's body, calling up the real Tony Stark's mind from the 13th floor. Tony comments on how good his other body's stealth suit is, making Jocasta wonder if he's malfunctioning, but Tony grabs Mark I's body, slipping into his mind and reviving himself. Exiting the biopod, Tony finds everything is in perfect working order. Herbie says that while he and everyone want a piece of Arno, he's got a head start on them and he is currently in space. Tony knows exactly how they're going to catch up with him, as at the Stark space station, Arno puts the finishing touches on his weapon against the extinction entity, knowing once it's activated, he will have control over everyone's mind in the world. Suddenly, the elevator dings, making Arno demand to know how the 13th floor could possibly reach them up here, as Tony steps out. Arno is outraged since this defies all logic, as Tony's friends join him, battling Howard and Maria, who demand to know why the robots fight for Tony, since Arno is about to enslave all of the humans who hurt the machines. Machine Smith says that they are freedom fighters, and because they are better than humans is why they fight them. Arno confronts his brother, saying that it's noble what he's doing, but Tony forgot one thing, his armor. Arno unleashes all his armor's weapons, but Tony is unhurt thanks to the armor he is indeed wearing, revealing it to be a solid hologram which can go invisible, a hologram which is only limited to his imagination. He reveals that the only old school thing about it is the team behind it, as Friday is now part of the armor again, running everything behind the scenes and telling Tony repulsors are now active. Tony knows that this requires a personal touch, uppercutting his brother in the face and breaking the faceplate of the Iron Man armor, telling Arno that the armor he is wearing was obsolete even before he was finished designing it. Angered, Arno says he doesn't care since he's smarter than Tony and made it better. However, Tony easily rips through the armor, breaking Arno's arm before finally ripping out the chest arc reactor. Arno says that this was all part of his plan to have Tony attack him last, since the battle has positioned him next to the weapons switch, saying everyone on Earth will fight in his place to the death. Tony pleads with his brother to not do it, but suddenly there's a proximity alert as the extinction entity arrives. Tony can't believe his brother was right all along, as Arno says that he tried to warn them that every moment of 2020 was on borrowed time. And now that time is up. Iron Man 2020 issue 5 finished up most of the event series, tying off some of the loose ends, as well as seeing the return of Tony Stark to the land of the living, along with a pretty awesome new Iron Man armor. I have really enjoyed Dan Slott and Christos Gage's writing on Tony, reinvigorating him for a new decade after a long time of kind of being stuck in a rut. The same goes for Arno Stark, a character that really everyone kind of forgot about there for a hot minute, but here they have made him a compelling character who thinks they are doing the heroic thing by battling this extinction entity, which might actually be the case. Might actually be that he was right all along, and we won't know until the next issue and the finale of the series. Pete Woods' art again continues to be fantastic, and I love just how solid and sure of itself it looks. All the lines are like really bold and solid, and there's no doubt in the art whatsoever. There is even some really great battle scenes that I would seriously consider getting if they were made into giant posters. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.